They rode under open skies, men, and sometimes women, on horseback, carrying the dust of the prairie and the weight of their own legends. To some, they were protectors of the frontier, the embodiment of courage, self-reliance, and freedom. To others, they were outlaws, drifters, and killers, armed men who brought chaos wherever they went. Today, we ride into the heart of the myth and the truth. We're the cowboys of the Wild West, noble guardians of a new world, or ruthless gunslingers in a land without law. If this video made you see things from a new angle, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Hero or Villain, and share this video. Thanks for watching. Origins, from cattle trails to legends. The word cowboy didn't start as a romantic title. In the early 1800s, it was a job description. Men, often young, poor, and desperate, drove cattle across miles of unforgiving land. Some were Civil War veterans who couldn't adjust to peace. Others were freed slaves, Mexican vaqueros, and Native Americans, each bringing their own skills and traditions. The cowboy's life was anything but glamorous. Days were long, nights were cold, and danger came in many forms, from stampedes and rattlesnakes to rustlers and rival ranchers. But somewhere along the way, this tough, dirty work became the stuff of dime novels and traveling shows. The cowboy became larger than life, a symbol of the American spirit and the American appetite for legends. The trigger moments, famous cowboys and infamous shootouts. Some cowboys became lawmen, like Wyatt Earp, patrolling towns on the edge of civilization. Others, like Billy the Kid, became outlaws, leaving trails of bodies and fear. The shootout at the OK Corral in 1881 wasn't just a gunfight. It was the moment the cowboy myth burned itself into history. In reality, most cowboys never drew their gun in anger. But for those who did, their actions, whether to defend justice or to spill blood, became the stories that shaped an era. The noble side, freedom, grit, and honor. For many, the cowboy is the ultimate hero. He's the one who stands up to bandits, protects settlers, and defends the ranch against thieves. He represents self-reliance, a person who lives by their own code, answers to no one but their conscience, and survives in a world where nature and man are both unforgiving. The cowboy way meant loyalty to your crew, respect for the land, and a quiet kind of bravery that didn't need applause. It's no wonder Hollywood turned them into the icons of American cinema. The dark side, lawlessness, exploitation, and violence. But the same wide-open land that gave cowboys freedom also gave them cover for brutality. Some were nothing more than hired guns for powerful ranchers, driving Native Americans off their land to make way for cattle. Others drank hard, gambled harder, and settled disputes with bullets instead of words. The cowboy code could easily blur into vigilantism, where one man's justice became another man's murder. Behind the romance was a harsh truth. Life was cheap on the frontier, and morality was often whatever the man with the gun decided it to be. Global influence, from the West to the world. The cowboy story didn't stay in America. It spread, through movies, pulp novels, and TV, to Europe, Asia, and beyond. In some places, the cowboy became a symbol of rugged independence. In others, a cautionary tale about what happens when violence becomes a way of life. Even today, in rodeos, country music, and fashion, the cowboy shadow still rides. But so does the darker image, the lone gunman, the outlaw, the man who lives outside the law. Did you know? The classic cowboy hat, invented in the 1860s, but most working cowboys preferred bowler hats for practicality. African Americans made up an estimated 25% of cowboys after the Civil War. The fastest gun duel on record lasted less than 1 second. Real cowboys rarely wore the flashy clothes seen in movies. Those were a Hollywood invention. Sketch of the day. A lone rider pauses on a ridge at sunset, one hand gripping the reins, the other resting lightly on the worn handle of a Colt revolver that has seen both protection and violence. His hat's wide brim casts a shadow across his eyes, but a sliver of gold light catches the edge of his cheek. The wind tugs at the faded red bandana around his neck, its frayed threads dancing in the air. Behind him, the plains stretch endlessly, bathed in warm amber and deep purple, as if holding both promise and peril in the same breath. Final thoughts. The cowboy is more than a man on a horse. He's an idea, part truth, part myth, a symbol of the independence people crave and the violence that often comes with it. Were they noble heroes keeping the peace on the edge of the known world, or ruthless gunslingers carving their own law into the land? The truth, as always, rides somewhere in between. If this video made you see things from a new angle, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Hero or Villain, and share this video. Thanks for watching.